You see FCCS system account, right? Exchange rates, entered exchange rates, system members, FCCS balance sheet, income statement, historical accounts, ratios, drivers. So this is the hierarchy. So we'll go to each hierarchy one by one. So first we'll go to balance sheet. So we have traditional balance sheet, net assets, and then EPU source. So we always use traditional balance sheet. Under traditional balance sheet, total assets, total liabilities, and equity. Under equity, our net income will start income. Whatever the income statement you are seeing in the screen, right? That is comprehensive income. That is not the income statement. Okay. So expand equity, expand owner's equity, expand retained earnings, expand retained earnings current year. From here, your income statement will start. See net income. Yeah. So income statement is included in balance sheet only. Clear? The first difference between HFM and FCCS is income statement comes under equity. So you need not write a rule to carry forward the net income to the balance sheet. అందరికి అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా, everybody understood, right? So that is the main difference. So every member you can see FCCS underscore, FCCS underscore. So all they are system defined members. See, you cannot delete them. You cannot modify them. Okay, only thing you can change is you can click on edit button and you can do the alias change. Yes, you can always change the alias, remaining all are right. You need not touch anything. So what are the base members? Whatever total assets, current assets, cash and cash equivalents, cash and bank, I created this. Yes, you can delete those. Okay, so we'll go to each and every attribute now. When I click on edit button, just give me 1 second. Yes, yeah. So name, description, alias table, alias, these are common to everyone, right? So yeah, any dimension. Next, account type. Yes, this is unique to account. So you can see account, asset, liability, revenue, expense, equity. So even though equity comes under liability, they have given as a separate heading. For rules purpose they have given this one. Okay, so asset, liability, revenue, expense, equity, all these are, you need not worry to take decision whether it is asset or liability, because we always get it from SAP, right? Same thing we'll put it here. Then what is saved assumption? So in HFM, anybody remembers flow and balance? Please, Jeevan, Divya, Jeevan, Prabhavati garu, anybody please tell me what is flow and what is balance.
Flow means P&L account.
Flow means all income statement items, yes, translated, which will not be translated and which will be accumulated. Here also you have that flow and balance, right? So whatever the account type you put saved assumption, here you have to change the time balance as flow and balance. So cancel this, and here I have created some members. See, so expand M hierarchy. You can see saved assumption. Under saved assumption, you can see flow, you can see balance. So for flow, I put flow. Account type, you have to put it as saved assumption, and time balance, you have to put it as flow. Same for balance, account type, you have to put it as saved assumption, and time balance, you have to put it as balance. So time balance, first average, fill, all these will not work. Only flow and balance will work. All remaining all are related to EPPCS. For FCCS, only we use flow and balance. Okay, so yes, what is flow and what is balance? Here I have given a grid to you, right? So ad hoc panel connect. Done. When you see this one here, you can see saved assumption flow balance. Saved assumption. See, so I have taken 1 minute. Right. Can anybody tell me what is the business case for flow? What is the example for flow? Chapalama. What is the example for flow? Sorry, sorry. No, that is for balance recurring. For flow, it is selling units, number of units. We sold 10 units in March, 10 units in January, 10 units in February. Total, it will be 30. But in USD also, it will be 10. It should not be translated, right? So, same thing. See, saved assumption, right? So, you can see saved assumption flow. So, I'll put it as 100. In February also 100, in March also 100. Yes, 100 balance 100 and 100. Right, when I submit the data, see what happens. ఏంటి? లేదు, లేదు, ఇక్కడ. నేను ఏదో తినేస్తాను ఫస్ట్ దాన్ని పెట్టిన నూడిల్స్ తర్వాత నేను తింటున్నాను అసలు. Right, so 300 and 100, right? So for cash also we'll put 400, 500 and 600. Right, submit data. Now see, so it is 1500. So for cash, it should not be 1500, right? It should be 600 only. So somebody has changed this one. Okay, no need to worry. We'll see it later. So here it's see saved assumption balance. It is number of shares example. So we'll enter the exchange rates, right? Go to here, go to data. So exchange rates multi-period. What is the entity we have taken? India. So right, January, February, March. Okay, January, February. Sorry, we'll put it as 3, 4, 4, 5. Submit, save. Now, when you translate, it will not be translated. Only go to translate roles, translate. Yes, we'll put it as February. Yes, launch. See, when you do the consolidation and when you do the translation, frequently you will get the error message because all the students will be practicing, right? So regularly we will change our metadata. You have to keep on recompute the ownership data, right? Refresh and see. See, it is 100 only, but it is translated. January is translated, February is translated, but it is not translated. See, so flow will not be translated and balance will not be translated. Again, come here, go to translate, and then translate the March also. March launch. Then now come here and refresh and see March will be translated. See, so flow will be accumulating, balance will not be accumulating. This is called saved assumption flow and saved assumption balance, right? So this cash is something somebody has changed this one. It should not accumulate to YTD, right? So go to cash, go to dimensions, and then expand balance sheet, expand traditional approach, yes. Current asset, cash and cash equivalents, yes. So it is account type asset, non-expense and exchange rate. Okay, so yes, cash, right? This is average, right? Yes, automatically it will take. So save this one, click on refresh database. Let me see how it goes now. If you have any doubt what should be taken, simply whatever the parent attributes are, right? You can take the same attributes for the children. It will work. 99%. Right? Finish. Now come here. Uh-huh. Right. We'll go to ad hoc and refresh. Okay, so here it is. We'll make it as 700 here and then submit data and see. No, something wrong. I'll see it. Oh, what happened? Okay. So cash is,
Cash is balance, right? Not flow.
it is asset only. Balance type.
But time balance is balance. It's it as flow.
Yes. Automatically it should come. See when you expense, right? Flow. When you put revenue flow, when you put asset, it should come as automatically. Why it is not changed? See, automatically everything should come. Now we'll save it. Now refresh database and see. See, they made it automated. Somebody has manually changed that one. నేను మన పిల్లలకి చెప్తా ఉంటాను అసలు ముట్టుకోద్దమ్మా అది అని. ఇది మెయిన్ హైరార్కీ, ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ టచ్, ఓకే, బికాజ్ ఇట్ విల్ చేంజ్ ద బిహేవియర్ ఆఫ్ ది డేటా. ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ. Right. Now go to refresh and see. Okay, here I'll put it as 600 now and then submit data. Right. Now it is changed, right? Okay, na? Right, this is 600 now. This is correct. So see, you need not worry about what should be taken. So bank also, when you click on edit button, see this account type, variance reporting, time balance, exchange rates, they are all automated. See, if I click on expense, see time variance reporting will change as expense, flow, average. When I click on asset, see non-expense, balance, ending balance. If you forcefully change it, yes, it will change. మీరు if you want to see what happens when you take ending rate, what happens when you take average rate, you have to create a separate member. మీకు ఇక్కడ p hierarchy అని ఇచ్చానమ్మా. This p hierarchy is purely for your R&D purpose. అందరికి అర్థమైందా? వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ టు ద క్యాష్ చెప్పండమ్మా. క్యాష్కి ఏమైంది? వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ విత్ ద క్యాష్? హూ అబ్జర్వ్డ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్? చెప్పండమ్మా, చెప్పాలి. Somebody manually selected the time balance and exchange rate. Even exchange rate is automated. See, whatever the you take, see for example, if you take trade receivables, when you click on edit button, see asset, non expense, again somebody has changed this, see flow and average. So when you click on expense, right, it is average. When I click on asset, it will be ending balance. అంతే కదా. ఈవెన్ ఇన్ హెచ్ఎఫ్ఎం ఆల్సో, 1 minute, ఈవెన్ ఇన్ హెచ్ఎఫ్ఎం ఆల్సో, 1 minute, see, by default our in application settings we clearly mention here, I told you these are automated in FCCS. All balance accounts will be translated to end of the month rate, all flow accounts will be translated to average rate. Here also it is same, but it is automated. See, when I click on expense, what is the exchange rate? It is showing average. When I click on revenue, average. When I click on asset, ending rate, nothing but end of the month rate. When I click on liability, see, ending rate. Clear? So you need not worry what should be selected. Automatically, the only thing you have to consider is what should be the account type. Who will give that account type? Chepandamma, who will give that account type? When you extract all the accounts from SAP, they will give you, right? Land, asset, likewise, whatever the accounts you extract from SAP side, right? They will give you the asset or liability also. So the same thing we will put it here. Clear? So account type is liability, expense, revenue, equity, saved assumption. Next, variance reporting. What is variance reporting? So variance reporting means actual minus budget, budget minus actual. So for every company they will do the budgeting, correct? So tell me, I'll take two examples, you tell me which one is best. So we have a revenue budget. Okay, okay, we estimated that we will get a revenue of 1000 rupees, but you got revenue of 1200. Is it benefit or loss? Your budget revenue is 1000, but your actual revenue is 1200. Is it benefit or loss? Benefit. Okay, every monthly expenditure you put a budget of this month I'll spend only 1000 rupees, but you spent 1200 rupees. Is it benefit or loss? Chepalama.
Loss.
Loss, because expense should always be less than actual, right? Budget should be less than actual, but revenue, right, actual should be more than budget. So that is called variance reporting, right? So variance reporting also I have given you one grid here. 1 minute, you can close this one, you can. So where is variance reporting? See, variance reporting. So ad hoc analysis, yes. So see, so here I have created some members. Cancel this. So when you go to the M hierarchy, see, please don't touch the M hierarchy also, okay? M hierarchy is where is variance reporting. I have created expense. So here I have created expense, account type as expense, and variance reporting as expense. So revenue non-expense, asset non-expense, liability non-expense. Only there will be only four types of variance reporting. Okay, fifth one, intentionally I created asset and expense, right? So when you put your variance reporting as expense, It means it is a budget minus actual. Budget actual should be more. Okay, see, I mean actual should be less. Now come here. So I'm going to Excel. Now I'll enter some data here. 100, 100, 100, 100. So right here I'll put it as 60, 40, 30, 35. Okay, submit data. So for this one I have written a formula. See, in scenario dimension I created a separate member called variance, and in variance I have used a member formula called va at the rate of var function. Here I did not put budget or budget minus actual or actual minus budget. Simply I told variance between actual and budget. Now, right, it will show like this. See, it is minus 40 because for expense reporting it took, right, budget minus actual, remaining all actual minus budget. See, this is automatic when account type is selected. So this is called variance reporting. In variance reporting there are two types of reporting. One is expense reporting, another one is non-expense reporting. Expense reporting means budget minus actual, whereas non-expense reporting means actual minus budget. Simple, very very simple. Okay, so for all revenues we always calculate actual minus budget. For all expenses we always calculate budget minus actual. అందరికి వేరియన్స్ రిపోర్టింగ్ అంటే అర్థమైందమ్మా? ప్లీజ్ కన్ఫర్మ్ ఎస్ ఆర్ నో. So to calculate this one, right, I created a scenario called variance, and then I have to put my data storage as dynamic, member formula as at the rate of variance, actual budget. Okay, these are the accounts I created. Any doubt in variance reporting? Adagandamma, please. Are we good? Right. So next, cancel this. Go to account dimension. So exchange rates, I told you it is automatic. So you have average rate, ending rate, historical rate, override rate, right? These are used for some of the override accounts. So some override accounts they have to calculate based on historical rate. Example, common stock. When you see, cancel this. When you go to balance sheet, when you go to total liabilities and equity, when you go to total equity, when you go to owner's equity, when you go to common stock, see, when you click on this one, this will be historical amount override. See, so some values and investment in subsidiaries also they will be calculated on historical rates. Okay, so yes, remaining all are normal accounts. You need not worry, automatically system will take either ending rate or average rate. Only some accounts, one or two or three accounts, we have to manipulate the exchange rates. Okay, remaining everything you need not manipulate. So next, so source cube always console. So is it always console? Yes. See, now we'll go to the system accounts. Come here, exchange rate. See, average rate, ending rate. Why they have given exchange rates, entered exchange rates, and system exchange rate system members? See, these are used for rate rules. So I told you, right? Unlike HFM, in HFM, custom 1 and custom 2 dimensions are specifically designed for currency translations. So in FCCS, it is not dependent on custom dimensions. They have created a separate cube called rates cube. So when you edit this, see, what is the rates cube cube they are using? Console cube means we enter the rates to console cube, and then automatically here also see average rate. Now see here, What is the rates they have used? I mean, what is the cube? Rates cube. It means when you enter the data in console cube, the system will copy the rates whatever you entered to the rates cube. Same thing we will observe here, right? Come here, go to data. So where do you enter the rates? Here, system exchange rates multi-period. Click on this one. So here FCCS periodic, when you click on edit button here, form designer. Now you can see what is the rate they have used. Cube enter the what is a cube? Rates cube, correct? Right. So cancel this. Cancel this. Again, go to single period. Click on this. Again, click on edit button. Edit button. See rates cube. Again, cancel this. Again, cancel this. Now, third one is exchange rates. System computed exchange rates. Click on exchange rates. Now, click on edit button. Rates cube, right? So all these are rates cube. Now when you go to 1 minute, just give me exchange rates, local rates, right? Just give me 1 second. So this one we never use this. Okay, so what is happening here? You enter the exchange rates in the rates cube automatically, that will be copied to the console cube. That is the purpose here they have given this one. See, in the dimension, right, you see these many rates. So exchange rates, exchange rates, exchange rates. Now open this one. What is the ray? What is the cube? It is rates cube. That is source average, target average. See, this is rates cube, right? So source ending rate, this is rates cube. So this one, this is also rates cube, right? See, now what is happening? You enter the exchange rates in rates cube automatically, that will be copied to here. This is console cube. See, అందరికి అర్థమైందమ్మా? Where do you enter the exchange rates? In rates cube. How it is copied? In the back end they have some formulas, right? So they will use that, these system defined rates automatically, that will copy to the console cube. So when you right click and translate, automatically all the translations will be done in console cube only. అందరికి అర్థమైనట్టేనా? Why we have three rates here? Yes or no? Please confirm.
But only we have to enter in exchange rate only.
Yes,
Rates cube లో మాత్రం enter చేయాలి.
rates cube లో మాత్రం ఎంటర్ చేస్తారు. So here I already, here you have seen, right? So here only in this multi period, not even single period, multi period is enough. You can use this single. So I entered these rates, right? 1 2 3 4, right? When you click on this one, where I am entering these rates? Which cube?
Cube, rates cube.
Rates cube. So done. Now where do you do the translation? In which cube you are doing the translation? Console cube, right? Right. So you enter the data in console cube only. Only for entering the rates we use the rates cube. Other than that we never touch the rates cube. Clear?
Okay.
Right. So yes, go to dimensions. What is the system accounts? For calculation status filter. So again we discussed it, right? In HFM, security and process management, everybody has seen that one, right? What do you mean by calculation status? Anybody? Calculation status అంటే ఏంటమ్మా? చెప్పాలి ఎవరైనా? What do you mean by calculation status in HFM? Old students, ఎవరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయట్లేదా? What do you mean by calculation status in HFM? చెప్పాలమ్మా, క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ స్టేటస్ అంటే ఏంటి? Yes or no? ఒక్క నిమిషం, ఇది మార్చలేదు నేను. రైట్, జస్ట్ గివ్ మీ 1 సెకండ్. నాకు ఎవరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పట్లేదు. వాట్ డూ యూ మీన్ బై క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ స్టేటస్ ఇన్ హెచ్ఎఫ్ఎం? ప్రాసెస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి?
Indicates whether data needs to be calculated.
How do you know that whether the data needs to be calculated or not, consolidated or not?
Carry or period entity.
నో, సిఎన్ఎన్డిఓ చూశారు కదా, ఓకే ఓకే
Okay, okay.
ఓకేఎస్సి. ఎస్.
Yes, sir. CH, okay.
So 1 minute, let me open that one. Okay, open the application. For this one, we have to create the grid manually, right? For calculation status, we have to create a consolidation grid, expand metadata grids. Here you see a consolidation grid. When you open this one, here you will see. Mhm. See, okay, okay, see, okay, and DCH, right? Same thing in FCCS, they have automated this one. Okay, when you go to here, when you go to data, there is a calculation status, data status. See, same thing you see it here. System changed, SC, right? Impacted means CN. So only a naming difference is there. In approval chapter, we'll discuss that. Okay. So even this grid is automated with the help of this system defined members. Okay, so you can see this calculation status, right? Yes, calculation status. Same thing you see ratios. All the ratios are automated. I told you, right? Liquidity ratio means current ratio, quick ratio, cash ratio, asset management ratio, profitability ratios. Leverage ratios means debt equity ratio, debt to equity ratio, etc. Profitable means gross profit margin ratio, return on sales, return on equity, return on capital employed. So see, they did not give all the ratios. Okay, most of the ratios they have given. So return on capital employed, yes, we have to create by our own. So these are called ratio analysis. Next is drivers. So what is these drivers? These drivers will be there in HFM also. Okay, they did not change as it is. They have copied this one. Percentage of control, percentage of ownership, percentage of minority interest, etc., etc. Where do you find this in HFM? So when you go to HFM, when you go to here, when you go to any grid, take any grid, any new grid, right? See, so this is account, right? When you click on this, and when you click on filter button, when you click on system account, see, same undamma, only naming convention. Pcon means percentage of consolidation, pmin means percentage of minority interest, p1 means percentage of ownership, p control means percentage of control. All these here owned everything, you will see the same in FCCS also, right? But here they have given some more items, like ownership, prior ownership, so that they can keep track of changes. Remaining everything is same as it is. Control method change, etc. Shares owned, etc. Right? All these are same. So these are drivers. We never touch this. Okay, you cannot even delete this. They are all system defined. For backend calculations, they use this one. So this is the hierarchy of accounts, right? So now we'll go to the attributes again. So yes, expand, right? Now the most important thing is data storage. So what is data storage? So whether you have to put store or never share or dynamic calc, etc. Dynamic calc for all parents, we put dynamic calc. For all headings, we put label. So here I have given a separate hierarchy. M hierarchy, you can see never share, nothing but data storage. See, Here I have given many items. So what happens when you click on, when you put data storage as store, dynamic calc, never share, label only. So label only means for all headings we put label only, for all parents we put dynamic calc. So dynamic calc means automatically it will roll up. So when you put never share or store, it has a implied sharing concept. Okay, here I have given you the, so in FCCS grids, right? I mean in FCCS main nodes, data storage concept I have given you here. See, you can see the definition of what is store data, what is dynamic calc, what is label only. So see, when you put dynamic calc, right, what happens when you put dynamic calc? It will be calculated on the fly, it will not store in the database. When you put store, it will store in the database. Now tell me, which one is better? In SBS and planning, right, regularly they will change this store to dynamic calc store, but in FCCS it is fixed, you need not worry, right? For all accounts we put never share, for all parents we put dynamic calc, for some of the items they put store. Why? Because there will be some concepts behind that. I'll explain you those concepts. So store means advantage is it won't take any memory, because directly it will take memory, right? I mean it will occupy some space in the database. So dynamic calc means it won't store in the database. It will be calculated on the fly. What is the advantage here? You don't need a storage space in database, but it needs a memory, because every time it has to run, it has to calculate, recalculate, and it has to give the data, right? So it will occupy some memory. That is the difference between store and dynamic calc. Sometimes we have to use store, sometimes we have to use dynamic calc in SBS and planning. But in FCCS, there is no need. Automatically, for all the parents, we put dynamic calc. For base members, we cannot put dynamic calc. It will throw an error message. The validation error, right? So we'll go to the validation error. So go to variance. In scenario dimension, this is a base member, right? Variance is a base member. So I put dynamic calc here. See? Now that is the reason in the validate metadata validate, right, it is throwing the error message. See, validate metadata, so run, it will show. So scenario, it is showing as variance, the data storage should be shared or never shared or store for level 0 members, right? So it means for level 0 members means base members we cannot put dynamic calc in FCCS. So account, why these are cash time balance should be flow for this member. No, this is wrong. ఇది ఎందుకు ఫ్లో అని చూపిస్తుంది ఇది? Okay, no issues, right? So yes, right? So you cannot put dynamic calc for base members. If you put, it will throw in a validation error. Now we'll go and we'll understand the concept of implied sharing. Okay, so come here. In the metadata hierarchy, I have given parent as never store and child as store, parent as never share and child as store, parent as store and child as two stores, parent as store and child as never share, parent as store and child as two never shares, parent as store and one never share, right, and one store. So this is called implied sharing. Now see the behavior of, so right click and see where is the, data storage property. See, so here clearly I have given you the notes here. So see, if all the child members are to be rolled up to parent, put parent as dynamic calc. So clear, right? All parents we put dynamic calc. For all headings we put label only. These two, everyone clear? Yes or no? For all parents, always dynamic calc. For all headings, when you put label only, it won't have any behavior. Right? So yes, now see, implied sharing. This is called implied sharing concept. So if a parent is store with a single child as store, it will roll up. Right? So ns store is parent, and store is also ns1 is a child as single child as store. So when I enter 100, it will roll up to its parent. See, it rolled up to its parent. Now the same thing, right? We have a never share as parent, store as children. If a parent is never share and child as store, it will not roll up. If a parent is store with multiple child as store, it will not roll up. If a parent is store with single child as never share, it will roll up. If a parent is store with two never share children, it will not roll up. So you can enter data and check 100. So I am entering all the data at a time. నెవర్ షేర్ 5 ఇది లేదమ్మా. నెవర్ షేర్ 5 అనేది ఏంటి? ఇఫ్ ఏ పేరెంట్ ఈజ్ నెవర్ షేర్ అండ్ చైల్డ్ ఈజ్ నెవర్ షేర్, ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ రోల్ అప్. సో ఇది ఎవరో డిలీట్ చేశారు ఈ మెంబర్ని. ఎన్ఎస్ షేర్, కాపీ దిస్, ఎస్. సో క్లిక్ ఆన్ యాడ్ సిబ్లింగ్. డన్. నెవర్ షేర్ 5. సో put it as never share. Yes, it is a never share. Member for also never share. Save. Done. Now under never share, we have to put never share 6. Somebody has deleted those members. So add child, never share 6, alias as never share 6, never share, save. Right? I'm refreshing the database so that it can show in the. మీరు మెయిన్ హైరార్కీ కానీ ఎం హైరార్కీ కానీ ఎవరు టచ్ చేద్దామా ప్లీజ్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎందుకంటే మనకి క్లాస్లో బిహేవియర్ మారిపోతే దానికి ఏంటంటే మనం అర్థం చేసుకుంటాం, కొంచెం టైం పట్టేస్తుంది మనకి. క్లాస్ విల్ బి లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైం విల్ బి వేస్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్. Right, finish. Yes, now come here, refresh and see ad hoc analysis. 1 minute, let me submit this data first. See, so you can see the behavior here. If the parent is store with a single child as store, it will roll up. See, this 100 rolled up to this one. Now if a parent is never share and child as store, it will not roll up. If a parent is store with multiple childs as store, it will not roll up. We have two stores. If a parent is store with single child as never share, it will roll up. See, if a parent is store with two never share, again it will not roll up. If a parent is store with one never share and one store, it will not roll up. So only one store will be rolling up. So we never use this in FCCS. Always we put never share only. Whatever the data you see here for all system defined accounts, right? You see expand balance sheet. All parents are dynamic calc. See here you can see dynamic calc. Cash I put it as never share, never share. That's it. Simple. For all base members we put never share. But some of the system defined, see EPU source, they put it as store. Leave it. Okay, for all normal accounts we always keep never share only. This is called data storage property. ఓకే, మీరు ఆ డెఫినేషన్ చదివి ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూస్తే మీకు క్లియర్గా ఇంప్లాయిడ్ షేరింగ్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైతే చాలమ్మా. క్లియర్? దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ నెక్స్ట్. సో కన్సోల్. సో కమ్ హియర్. సో హియర్ యూ ఆల్ నో, రైట్? విల్ టేక్ కన్సోల్ ఎడిషన్. So cube always automated. We always use console cube only. Two pass calculation. What is two pass calculation? Two pass calculation means it will recalculate again. So we have India, Hong Kong, Japan, right, and Asia. If it is a normal data, India 100, Japan 100, and Hong Kong 100. How much total will be for Asia? If it is currency rate is 1, it will go to 300, eh? It will go as 300, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now if you are calculating a percentages, for India the percentage is 75, for Hong Kong the percentage is 80, for Japan percentage is 90. Now how much percentage for Asia? Will you add this 3 as 250? యాడ్ చేస్తారమ్మా పర్సంటేజ్ అయితే? No, it has to
No.
recalculate for Asia because there will not be a percentage more than 100%, correct?
Yes, sir.
100 కంటే ఎక్కువ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఉంటుందమ్మా ఎక్కడైనా? So it has to recalculate the percentage for Asia. So for that purpose you have to put 2 pass calculation. So see here. So here I have given 2 pass calculation. One I put it as 2 pass profit. Now see here, for 2 pass profit, right? I did not take this one. So sorry, 2 part profit says 2 pass true. Here I put tick as 2 pass calculation. For false I did not put 2 pass calculation. See, it is unticked. Now we'll see this profit divided by sales in 100. So a simple member formula I have given. 2 plus profit. See what is the member formula I have given? Yeah, here. Profit divided by sales into 100. We'll get the percentage, right? Same percentage I have given for here also. Profit divided by sales into 100. Now we'll see. Now go to 2 pass calculation. So right ad hoc canal says console reuse. So my profit is 200, my sales is 350. My profit is 300, my sales is 650. My profit is 150, my sales is 380. Done. Now submit the data and see. Here I have taken January, February, March and Q1, quarter 1. So yes, this is my formula. Profit divided by sales into 100. Same, it is 57, it is 46, it is 39. Right? So what will be here? It is also profit divided by sales 100. If you put true, it will calculate correctly as 47. If you put false, it will add these 3. See? ఎంతమ్మా 143 వచ్చిందా ఇక్కడ? అంటే ఏంటిది ఇక్కడ? అన్నెసరీలీ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాడింగ్ ద పర్సంటేజెస్ 57 plus 46 plus 39, which is wrong. So when you put 2 pass calculation for quarter 1, it will recalculate the formula. Otherwise it will simply add January, February, March into Q1. అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా? 2 పాస్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ అంటే అర్థమైందమ్మా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో ప్లీజ్ కన్ఫర్మ్ అందరూ. ఈవెన్ దివ్య అర్థమైనట్టేనా? సీను.
Yes, sir.
So yes, for all ratio analysis we put 2 pass calculation. Simple, very very simple. అందరికి అర్థమైనట్టు కదమ్మా? Because ratios should be recalculated for each and every parent separately. That is called 2 pass calculation. Next, allow upper level entity input. Allow upper level entity input. Even though this attribute is given, it is not working. So in HFM there is a concept called input rule. When you write that rule, you can enter the data in parent entity. So here also see, so allow upper level entity input. I have ticked this allow upper level entity input. Now come here. So where is allow upper level entity input? See, so ad hoc analysis console reuse. Now see, normally here I have taken different accounts: yellow upper level account, cash account, salaries account. So this is parent entity. Asia is parent entity, right? For India, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, all these are child entities. See, for normal cash, you cannot enter data in Asia because that is parent. Salaries, parent is Asia. But here, see, it is yellow color. Even though I can enter data here, when I submit, it is throwing an error message. See, actually in HFM, it will work. In HFM, right, you can enter the data in Asia and still you can submit the data. It will submit it. But in FCCS, even though they have given this option, it is not working. That is called allow upper level entity input. Okay. అందరికి అర్థమైందమ్మా? In HFM in rules, we will see entity rule. You will understand that. Next, plan type addition. You all know, right? What is addition, subtraction? Then what is ignore and never? Difference between ignore and never. So here I have given two accounts. So right, console ignore, console never. Ignore, I put only ignore. For never, I put never. Now, what is the difference between, you all know what is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and percentage, and ignore also. Then, what is never? Ignore means it will not roll up to its parent for this particular dimension only, whereas never, across all the dimensions, it will not roll up to its parent except period. Okay, so same thing, I have given it as a grid. So write console never ignore. See, so you have to understand this grid first. See here, this is account. Console ignore, console never. Okay, here I have taken January, February, March, and Q1. These are period parent, period and its parent. Here I have taken hardware, means hardware is a parent of laptops. Again, here I have taken IFRS. IFR is parent of local gap. So here I have given you the notes. Product parent is hardware, IFRS is parent for local gap, and Q1 is parent for period. So here I'll enter the data here 100, 100. February also 100, 100, 100, 100. Simply submit the data. Yes, for Q1, both ignore and never rolled up. Correct, for ignore rolled up to hardware as well as IFRS also. This IFRS is parent, yes, it rolled up, and hardware is parent, it rolled up. But here, see, hardware it did not roll up, never did not roll up for hardware as well as IFRS also. Only it rolled up to period. So never will not roll up. See, ignore did not roll up to console. See, ignore and never will not roll up to its parent in that particular dimension. Means account dimension we enabled, right? So it did not roll up. Both it did not roll up. January, February, 0, 0, 0. These two did not roll up to console. parent. So never will not roll up to its parent across all the dimensions except period. That is the question. See, it did not roll up to its parent E13 means console, but it rolled up to G14 and IFRS H14 hardware and IFRS. See, it did not roll up to neither hardware nor IFRS, but it rolled up to period parent. See, in HFM it is called enable custom aggregation attribute and node attribute. అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా హెచ్ఎఫ్ఎంఎల్లో will enable custom aggregate, right? If you untick that one, it will not roll up to its parent in custom dimensions. Clear? Same thing here. We use either ignore or never. If you don't want to roll up to its particular dimension, we'll put ignore. If you across the dimensions you should not roll up, it should not roll up, then we'll put never. That's it. Right? Next. So data type, yes, you can put anything. Normally we put unspecified because we don't know the which data type, right? So if you are creating a date, then we put date. If you are creating a currency, we put currency. Or if you don't know anything, text value, we put text. So all these are, if it is ratio analysis, we put percentage. Yes. Then what is smart list? This smart list you have to understand, right? So yes, we have to create a smart list. What do you mean by smart list here? It's a boolean value. What is boolean value? True or false, yes or no, etc. So yes, I have given you a smart list here. Now come here, see smart list. So example text paid or not paid. So here you should get it as a drop down box like this, paid or not paid. So to create a smart list, right? So shall we create a smart list now? Now click on ad hoc analysis console reuse. So it is not opening because there is no smart list, right? Yes, come here, cancel. So is there any smart list here? Yes, we'll create a smart list. So yes, here create a sibling. What is the account name we have to take? Smart list. ఇది కూడా ఎవరు డిలీట్ కొట్టేశారమ్మా. Yes, smart list. Yes, smart list. So you can put either anything. Here we'll put it as never share. Yes, here also I'll put it as never share. So here we have to select the drop down box. Later on we'll do that one, right? As of now I created that. Now we'll create a list first. So to create a smart list, go to navigate. Here you see smart list. Click on smart list. See true or false is already there. You want to create a new one. Yes, click on add button. Yes, add button. Click on add button. Give the smart list my smart list. Here I'll give it as my SMARTLIST. Label, you can give any label, paid or not. Okay, PAID or NOT not. Okay, right. Leave it. Drop down box. Label again, paid or not. Yes. So from settings, tick automatically generate ID. Yes. And drop down settings. Drop down setting. Drop down setting. Somebody has logged in. Just give me 1 second. Yes. Right. If you want to select a member, you can create a member selection. I am leaving default. Click on entries. Yes, click on add button. First one is PAID paid. Again click on add button. Second one is NOT PAID paid. That's it. Right, save. Automatically it should come. Yes, save. You can check the preview. You can check the preview. This is my smart list. Now you can enable this here. Now when you go to dimensions, when you expand hierarchy, when you click on this, when you edit this, here you can see smart list. Now you can see the smart list, my smart list here. That's it. Save. Done. Now we'll see ad hoc analysis console reuse. Okay, so we have to refresh the database. Click on refresh the database. Yes. Normally we don't use this in FCCS, but yes, that is the purpose. If you want to give end user to select only yes or no, paid or not paid, true or false, etc. Likewise, data, boolean data, you can create a smart list. Click finish. Now come here, ad hoc analysis, console reuse. Then see paid or not paid. Yes. Click on paid, submit data. See, your data is paid or not paid. In account dimension, so refresh the database. See, you can create a data form also, and you can use this drop down box, yes or no, or true or false, paid or not paid, etc. Okay, you can give anything. Select data type as smart list and select the drop down box. It will work on data forms and smart view and data grids also. Previously it used to work on data forms only. పాత రోజుల్లో ఓన్లీ డేటా ఫామ్స్లో మాత్రమే వర్క్ చేసేదమ్మా, స్మార్ట్ వ్యూ అండ్ గ్రిడ్స్లో ఉండేది కాదు. పాత నోట్స్ చూస్తే మీకు అర్థమైంది. నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ ఆల్ డేటా ఫార్మ్స్, స్మార్ట్ వ్యూ అండ్ డేటా గ్రిడ్స్ ఆల్సో. క్లియర్, దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్మార్ట్ లిస్ట్. Next one is enable for dynamic children. These three we never use this. We never use in FCCS. They are related to EPBCS. Clear? This is called account dimension. Any doubts in account dimension? So all the attributes you have to understand the behavior of those. Okay. Chepanama. Any doubts? Any doubts in account dimension?